Welcome to the Red Vault. Today we will compare lots of different guitars just for the rock sound. Today we have 6 different guitars with quite different designs, and I always had some curiosity about Stratocasters and Telecasters and lots of different guitars, especially the proper guitars for the 90s grunge sound and the early 2000s rock sound. But in these days my curiosity just increased just because of a personal project. I experienced maybe hundreds of guitars and I owned more than 50 guitars, and nearly all of them are the proper tools just for the metal without any good clean sound. I owned a few PRS and Stratocaster, but actually I owned them just for a few weeks and I couldn't find the chance to explore their true power. But in these days I'm trying to find the right tool for the rock sound, and before gathering all of these stuff together I watched lots of review videos. I could find great videos for hollow bodies, for Telecasters, for Jazzmasters, etc. But I couldn't find the right video which compares all of them together. I don't want to be misunderstood. I'm not saying there aren't any comparison videos, but simply I just wasn't satisfied with the current contents, so I just want to give it a go.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
And beside the review videos, I went to the music stores and tried lots of different guitars from lots of different brands, and after some consideration I picked a few guitars and I borrowed them from my friends just for some recording purpose. So actually I'm just recording my personal experiment for my personal project, just like any other video on this YouTube channel. And now let's talk about what we have in here. And before continuing, if you can interact with the video through likes, dislikes, or making a comment, that would be really helpful for the sustainability of the channel. I know every YouTuber is saying it, but that's how YouTube algorithm works. So thanks for it, and now let's continue. First we have this PRS Custom 24. It's a PRS SE version. It's kind of a Les Paul with some upgrades, and while mentioning the Les Pauls, we have this Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro, and then we have 2 different hollow body guitars. First one is Epiphone Sheraton II Pro, and then we have Gretsch Streamliner. Besides that, we have this Fender Player Stratocaster from Mexico. Besides these 5 guitars, I added my Jackson King V Pro Dave Mustaine to the comparison list. So today we won't check this guitar, you will just hear the audio in the mix. But if you are curious about this guitar, you can find its own review video. And now let's check the material quality and the feel of these guitars, and let's start from the PRS SE Custom 24. I owned a Custom 22 a few months ago and then I traded it. It was a mesmerizing guitar, and this guitar is as beautiful as that guitar, and it feels premium. The fretwork is great, and the finish and the veneer or the top wood, I'm not sure what it is, looks also mesmerizing, and I really like the feel of the neck. And I'm not sure about the exact specification, it's hard to memorize all of these guitars. I brought all of these guitars today and I will drop some of them at the end of the day, so I have no time to memorize all of these specifications. Sorry about it. Feel of the guitar is really good, it resonates well, it's really a loud guitar. In a blind test, probably it's hard to decide is it a PRS SE or a custom. Probably I couldn't feel the difference. I haven't got this type of expertise about these guitars. Our second guitar is Fender Player Stratocaster from Mexico, and they are controversial guitars. Time to time you can find the good ones and the bad ones. Let's talk about the frets. Actually I can feel the end of the frets. They are here, they are really here, I can feel them. And currently I played some classic vibe Stratocasters and Jazzmasters, and the fretworks of those guitars were better. By the way, about the inlays, my friend put a sticker on it. I'm not the biggest fan of this type of types, but it's his guitar, so we have nothing to say. Let's check the... It's not deaf, but it's not as loud as the PRS SE Custom. Also, we have 3 single pickups with 5-way toggle switch, but in the comparison audio we will check the neck and the bridge position. I won't go into the combined positions. Besides some issues about the craftsmanship, it still feels nice. It's not some Essex or any other brand from Asia, but for a guitar with a Fender logo on the headstock, it's not that good. And we have Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro, and let's talk about the premium feeling. It's not a Gibson, but it's the top of the Epiphone line, and it feels It feels really good. End of the frets are great and it looks mesmerizing. It looks really cool. And we have a devilish sticker on the back. Guitar is on C drop tuning and all of the other guitars are on D drop. Actually, I changed the tuning of each of every guitar, but the gauge of the strings of this guitar is quite thicker compared to the other guitars. Because of it, I tuned this thing to the drop C and I put a capo on the recording. About the neck, it's kind of thicker and it's not my cup of tea, but it's not a huge issue. And let's check the sound of the guitar. It's kinda loud, but you know, the thicker gauge and the low action kinda kills the resonation. 2019, and after 5 years the hardware is really good, the condition of the hardware is really good, but it's also because of the owner. You know, he cares about his guitar. It looks great and I know it sounds great too. And after the Les Paul Custom Pro, let's continue with the Sheraton II. And we have Grover tuners just like the Les Paul Custom Pro, but the hardware of this guitar isn't that great. You know, it looks kind of worn off. It's from 2011 probably, because the first two number is 11. So we are holding a 13-year-old guitar. As far as I remember, the Sheraton II Pros are quite a new line and the label says Sheraton II, just Sheraton II. It might not be the Pro, and we have no push-pull, I guess. So it's not a Sheraton II Pro, it's just a Sheraton II. So it can be from Korea too. There should be a sticker on the backside of the headstock, but I couldn't find any. So I'm not sure, but it's a hollow body Epiphone from 2011. And the neck feels quite thinner compared to the Les Paul Custom. You know, it kind of feels like the PRS SE. And let's hear the sounds. It's really loud because it's a hollow body, and I'm not the biggest fan of this thing. You know, it's not a user-friendly touch. Actually, I like the big body shape. You know, I'm not a small guy and it feels kinda nice. You know, most of these guitars feels like a ukulele in my hand. This feels like a big boy guitar. Actually, this riff is the true riff to check a hollow body for me, and no one plays this riff with a hollow body. So I'm shooting this video just because of my anger to those hollow body reviews. All of them playing the jazz while closing the tone knob, and I'm just getting angrier and angrier on the screen while saying just play Everlong. And today we will play Everlong. You know, it's the right riff to check the sound of a hollow body, at least for me. And now let's continue with the Gretsch Streamliner. It's kind of an entry or mid-level hollow body from Gretsch, and they are making these guitars in Indonesia as far as I remember, and it's not from the current line. It has a rosewood neck, unlike the current productions which have laurel fretboard, and it's also loud and it's kind of crispier, and the neck is thinner compared to the Sheraton. Also, probably because of the profile of the neck, it feels comfier compared to the Sheraton, at least for my hands. You know, it's totally personal. And we have two humbuckers as well with a tom bridge, and we have no push-pull on this guitar either. And it's a semi-hollow, obviously. We have a block on the center of the body, and we have the same design on the Sheraton too. And now let's play them one by one. Let's hear the raw audio without any post-process. And in the playing section, I will use my ENGL Stevie Morse signature head, which goes to the Mesa Rectifier 4x12 cabinet, and I mic'd up the cabinet with a simple Shure SM57. So let's start with the same order and let's check the PRS SE Custom 24. I hope this small demonstration will give you some insight about the effect of the design on the tone of the guitar. And now we will hear each of every guitar in the mix, and in the mix you will hear some drums and some bass, and I recorded each of these guitars as double track, and again I used the ENGL Stevie Morse with the same signal chain, and in the comparison you will hear 4 different riffs to see the effect of 2 different variables. The first one is the pickup position and the other variable is the amplifier's channel, which are clean and dirty, you know, it's not high gain. And now let's hear them. Welcome back, hope you enjoyed the comparison, and now let's close the video after the closing thoughts. While making this video, I wasn't looking for an exact winner. Instead of it, I tried to find the proper guitar just for a proper sound, for a proper production, and I just figured out I need every one of them. You know, at least a Les Paul and a Stratocaster and a hollow body would be nice. You know, I will start at some point and I will try to grab different ones, add some different guitars to my inventory. So I hope at the end of the video I was able to give you some insight about these guitars if you have the same curiosity as me. And this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you enjoyed, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section. Till the next video, see ya.